our spelling lesson for Friday, and I'd like you to have a little go first. Go and find your spelling book or something to write on so that you can have a go at your spelling test from the spellings last week that you've practiced every day. Okay, so as always on a Friday, we always do our spelling work so that we can spell accurately and use these words in our writing. Today we're looking at words with the same spelling pattern, but it's a very different sound going on. So have a little look at our spelling test first from last week. I want you to see if you can spell our words from last week the best you can. They weren't too tricky, were they? So you should be able to get full marks this time. Let's start. Remember, it's Austen all words, isn't it? So number 1 for Red's group is post. The post came through the door and landed on the mat. Post. Number 1 for White group is toll. Toll is the price you pay to go across a private road or bridge. So there's a toll bridge in Shrewsbury, isn't there? And number 1 for Blue group is pole. The flag was at the top of the pole. Number 2 for Red group, most. I have eaten most of my cake. Most. Number 2 for White group is foal. That's a young horse, a foal. And number 2 for Blue group is shoal. A group of fish is sometimes called a shoal. Okay, now, number 3 for Red group, host. Host. The host asked us all to come to his party. Host. Not at the moment though, eh? Number 3 for White group is hole. Hole, that's the gap where left behind when you remove something is a hole. And Blue group, number 3 is stroll. A leisurely walk is a stroll. So hopefully you get one of those for a bit of exercise every day if you can. Number 4, Red's group, almost. Be careful, be careful. The beginning of that word is not all it seems. Almost. Number 4, Red, almost. And White, number 4 is pole. He pushed the barge off the edge with his pole. And number 4 for Blue group is swollen. The river was swollen from all of the rains. Number 5 and the last one for Red group is roll. I had a lovely sausage roll for tea. White group number 5 is shoal. That's that group of fish, shoal. And number 5 for Blue is scroll. Scroll. That's a roll of parchment, isn't it, with writing on that you can read when you unroll it. Number 6 for White group is stroll. Stroll, that's that leisurely walk. Number 6 for Blue group is almighty. Almighty, be careful with that beginning. It's not what it seems. Number 7, White group, swollen. Swollen. He had a swollen ankle when he fell over. Swollen. Number 7 for Blue group is all together. All together. Be careful at the beginning. Hopefully we'll soon be all together again soon. Number 8, scroll. Scroll, that's White group, scroll. Blue group, console. Console. That makes somebody feel better and comfort them when they're upset. Number 9 for White group is almost, and we've almost finished. Blue group, cajole, and I hope you looked that up last week when I asked you to. It's to try and chivvy somebody along and get them to do something that perhaps they're a little bit more reluctant to do. Cajole. Number 10 for White group, your last one, altogether. It's altogether much too tricky doing all these spellings all the time. And Blue group number 10, symbol. Symbol. So hopefully you've done all those and you've got them right. Let's have a look. If you haven't heard one, rewind and get it again so you can make sure you have a go at them all before you look at the answers. Here we go with the answers. And there they are. So Take your time, pause the screen, check your spellings, have a little look. See if you've got them right. And I keep saying to you, spellings and anything at all that we do, if you make a mistake, you can learn from it. You learn much more by getting things slightly wrong than you do by getting everything right all the time. You have to make mistakes to learn to move on. So don't stress if you've got things wrong. Just have a look. Where was it wrong? Where did I get that wrong? What was wrong with that? Oh, I used the wrong bit. Never mind. I'll make sure I get that right next time. That's what you're saying to yourself. Okay, so pause the screen there so you can mark your spellings. And then when you're ready, we'll move on. Okay. Have a little look at these words and think for a minute. What do you notice? Bear, fear, earth. Okay, so what do we notice? Each of those words has got an EA in it, but it's not the same sound. Bear, but air, it's an air sound. Fear, for E, it's an E sound. And earth, that's a very unusual one. The EA says So it's quite tricky, isn't it? When our words are spelt the same but actually sound different, you think, what chance have we got of getting these spellings right? What chance do people have to learn how to speak and spell English? It's a really tricky language to learn because we're so fortunate that we've had lots and lots of different invaders and settlers over the last thousands of years. And they've all brought different languages with them, and that they've all been merged together into one language. So we've got bits of Germanic languages, we've got the Romantic languages coming from Italy and France, we've got the Norse coming down for the Vikings, and we've got so many different types of languages all mixed into our own, that we've got a vast array of words, and they all sound different. But how lucky are you that when you've mastered English, you've mastered a massive amount of vocabulary. So take it as an opportunity, not as a problem. So those sounds are the EA letters, but they're different sounds. Look at these two, shield and lie. See, the IE in both of those sounds different again, doesn't it? Shield and lie. Again, you've just got to try and remember what they are and learn them. That's the only way to do it. There's no tricks here. There's no quick fixes. It's a case of practice, 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 and then we can get them right. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. We're looking at words that are spelt the same but sound differently and just sorting them out in our heads for fun. So have a little go at this. I want you to write 3 words that rhyme with fear, for ear, and try to use the same EAR spelling. Okay, so have a go at that. Pause the video and have a little go. Just write a few down. And when you're ready, carry on. Okay, these are some that I came up with. Fear, dear, hear, clear, tear. That's that tear like that. And appear. Now, I was thinking there are other things that rhyme with fear, but they're not EA words. And I put the examples on there. Here is ERE, so that ear sound is ERE, that's that split digraph. Weir, now that's a piece in a river where they build a man-made shelf which holds the river back and then it pours over. That's called a weir. That's spelled EI, that ear sound is EI. And beer is EE, okay? But that's that ear sound again. So there are many different ways of this sound being used. Here's one for you. Try to find 3 words that rhyme with night, and they've got to have the same spelling. Okay, have a go. Pause the video. Okay, so when you've had a go at that, you might have chosen the same as me. I got light, sight, fight, tight, bright, might. There are so many. There's so many words that are I, G-H-T, and give us that I sound. I-G-H, it gives you an I sound. But there are other ways too. There's polite. There's an I sound. Light, polite. But that's that split digraph again, isn't it? So there are many ways of doing it, but you just have to learn them. I'm afraid it's tricky, but that's what we're doing today. Okay, so here's a task for you. I want you to sort these words into groups which have the EA sound rhyming with the sounds in the boxes below. So you've got to copy the chart at the bottom, which has got the blue lines in between. So look at the bottom. It says EA sounds like in hen. That's your one column. So the EA sound in the word sounds like an E sound, like in the word hen. The middle column is the EA in the word sounds like A in pain. Okay, and the last column is the EA in the word sounds like E in feet, feet. Okay, so you've got 3 columns. The first column, you're going to collect words that have E sound in them. Then you've got an A sound in the middle column, and you've got an E sound in the end column. So these are the words that I want you to try and sort out. We've got, I'll read them for you. They're in red, and these are the words I want you to put into the 3 columns. So the first word is beast. So think about that sound, beast, beast. Then head, head. Weather, whatever, weather. Jealously, that's a long word, jealously. Now, read can be spelled read, R-E-A-D, or that word there can actually be pronounced read. I read the book. It's the same spelling, same, looks exactly the same, but you can say the word both ways and it means 2 different things. So you can read something and then you have past tense, I read it, and it's spelled the same. That's crazy, just crazy. The next word is heater, heater. And the last word on the top line is break, break. So have a go at sorting those words into those columns. I tried to help you by breaking them up so you could hear the second sound, the EA sound, as either an E, an A, or an E. And that's the list you put them in. I'll read through the rest of the words, and then you can take your time to pause the slide and put them all into the correct column in your books. So the second line, the words are treasure, measuring, streak, meat, seating, reader, bread. Okay? If you want to go back and rewind and hear them again to help you, that's fine. The last line of words say this: steak, greater, and it's not a grater as in grating cheese, it means bigger, larger. We use that in maths, don't we, a lot. The next word is one of these ones that belongs in 2 columns because it means 2 different things if I say it differently. So L-E-A-D, you can either say lead, like a lead for a dog, or lead someone along, or you can pronounce that lead. And it's not the past tense of lead, this is a metal. Lead is a metal. Okay, so that's lead. Now you say there's lead in your pencil, well it's graphite actually, but lead is a metal that is spelled L-E-A-D. The next word is beating, then it's greatly, then it's heavenly. Okay, if you need to hear those again, just click back a bit on the line at the bottom, the rewind button, and just hear them again. But the task is, I'll just repeat it one more time to make sure you're happy. You put those sounds, those words into the correct column, where the EA sounds like E in the first column, the EA sounds like A, as like in pain, greatly might be one. And then the third column is the words where the EA sound in that word sounds like E in feet. Okay, like heating might be an example. Now, we've already said that 2 of the words are in more than one list, so make sure you put them in more than one list. So pause the video here, have a go, and then see when you're ready what the next task is. Okay, here are the answers to the column grouping that we looked at. I would say that these rhyme with E, the hen E sound. So head, weather, jealously, bread, measuring, treasure, heavenly, and also red and lead. So those, if you got those in that first column, well done you. The second column, the A sound, there's not so many in here, is there? Break, steak, greater, and greatly. So there we are. You might think of some others that could go in there. It'd be really cool if you did. And the last one where they all sound like an E, beast, heater, streak, meet, seating, reader, beating, and I put read and lead in there as well because those belong in that column too. Well done if you got them all right. Let's go on to our task for today, which I know you'll be familiar with. Here are your spellings for the week. Now, I can see that they're not all EA words. I have been a bit tricky this week. So Mr. Hobson and I have put lots of patterns in there that you've got to realise, yeah, this spelling pattern says different things. So I've just given you some examples in there. So red group, you've got the EA sound again, but there's lots of different ways. You've got bear, fear, earth, dear, and clear. And you'll see that 3 of those have the E sound, but the other 2 don't. So you need you to learn those. White group, you've got the EA words, bear and fear. Then you've got IGH words, but they sound so different. Look, light, 8. Then you've got some OUGH words, and they sound different. So you've got bought and bow, and we've done those before. We've touched upon the OUGH ones before, so that shouldn't be a problem to you. Then you've got some IE words. Shield is an E sound, and you've got lie, that's an I sound. And pierce is an E sound, isn't it? And then OU says ow, hour. Okay, sometimes it says ow. Because blue, you've got an OU word there, and it says wrought. And then you've got bow. And then you've got through. But of course, we've done these OUGH words before. They spell like that, but they sound so different. Then you've got some EA sounds. You've got learn, which is the same sound as earth, haven't you? And you've got jealousy, which we've looked at, and heavenly, which we've looked at, and greatly, which we've looked at. So you've got 3 different EA sounds there to deal with. And you've got reading as well. And the last one, second to last one, drought and weathering. Okay, so those are pretty good words. You know what's coming, don't you? When you've copied them down, pause the video now, copy them down, but you know what's coming because here it is. Boom, your task 2 is your sentence work, isn't it? You're going to write me some sentences with your spellings in, just one with each one, it would be great. And remember to try to use a complex sentence. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but you know I'm just reminding you that we're really looking for those complex sentences again and again. And there's some example. I've put a fronted adverb. So by the stream, the bear was fishing. Woo, I used 2 in there. One was an E sound, one was an air sound. So there we go. You could use conjunction. Although she appeared pleasant, her jealousy was burning inside. Wow, how many times did I use EA in that sentence? And some of them are different sounds. I'm so proud of myself. So although is the conjunction in that one, isn't it? And don't forget the comma. Then you can use a relative clause. The cakes, comma, which were heavenly, comma, had chocolates on top. Now, I always seem to go back to cake somehow. I don't know why, but I've been very naughty because I've missed my full stop off that and I can't do that. So I must remember to put my full stops in. So if you want to be really challenged, you know the drill. The year 5-6 words can get in there too. It's in your reading diary, but remember, I always put them on the next page too. So that's your literacy for today. You've got lots to do. I hope you can get some of those words stuck in your head, and just by using them, they will go into your head and it will get easier. So have fun with those sentences, and remember, capital letters and full stops, not like me. Okay. Well done.